Hello everyone, look at the faux windows. Oh, I'm sorry, I was loading the game. Did you see the advertisement? You're gonna need to pause the video at the beginning to see the advertisement. That's what we saw over here in, well, in Monarch. Well, we didn't see here in Monarch, we actually saw it in Stellar Bay. I'm pretty sure we saw it everywhere else, and I just didn't notice. But anyway, we are currently in a place called the UDL Labs, and we have something over here that requires a lab key. And I don't have that lab key. That's a bit of a bummer. But we have the place that goes up. So maybe we're gonna find a lab key. I don't know. Last episode we had to fight a little bit of a few enemies and whatnot, but nothing terrible, nothing amazingly awful, as far as I remember. At least I didn't have nightmares about it, so we're good, right? That's how it works. That's how it works for me. What is that? UDL Lab Weapons Terminal Keycard. Well, I guess we're coming back in a little bit. Okay, so let's go over there and see what we can learn. This terminal is only to be used by UDL personnel with S564 clearance. If you are reading this without S564 clearance, please report to your supervisor for immediate termination and disciplinary action, including but not limited to fines in excess of 100,000 bits, detention in a UDL-authorized incarceration center for up to 349 months, that is roughly 25 years, and a personal letter from Chairman Rockwell, letter not actually written by Chairman Rockwell, expressing his extreme disappointment. However, it is an approximation of his tone and vocabulary with a 99.8% degree of accuracy, so you should still feel very ashamed. I will note that there are no advertisements in this thing. Let's look at the research data. After successful trials, management has decided to put Project Notatoi on hold. UDL will instead pursue projects with a wider area of effect for more practical large-scale crowd control. Before anyone asks, this does not mean I'm unlocking the gun. It's still off limits. And we got a bunch of logs, but unfortunately not all of them. We only have 14, 57, 58, and 143, which I will be referring to as 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1, early results are promising. We have managed to increase the surface tension of the, quote, gloop, unquote, to create a controlled and predictable spread of the substance. Management wants a catchier name, though. Note, I told Powell we're not calling the project Stickybitz, even though that would actually be pretty cool, but he refuses to refer to it as anything else. It doesn't even make sense. The gloop particles are nearly frictionless. Oh, that's ironic then. Or not. I mean, it is ironic. That's the that is the other irony, the one that always stoops me. Do you know how the song called "Ironic" doesn't have any irony in it? I don't remember the whole lyrics, but basically that whole thing about something. Well, I don't remember the letters at all, the lyrics at all. But anyway, people call coincidence. Call irony to coincidence a whole lot. Irony is just the opposite of what you want to happen. It happens. So it's the opposite, and it's basically how it is. But it needs to happen because of your actions. If it's just coincidental, then it's coincidence. If you need to do something to an objective, and because of that, something that you did, something opposite must happen. But in speech, that's not the same. In speech, it's ironic when you say the opposite. And that also stoops me a little bit. Stumps me, I suppose is the correct word. Because it's a little bit different. And it is also a little bit harder to distinguish from sarcasm, which is a distinct thing, but often goes hand in hand. Powell and Chastity have started to show interest in the project, which should be good, but their, quote, trials, unquote, seem to involve covering various hard-to-reach surfaces in gloop and launching expensive equipment at them. I'm going to have a talk with them. Okay, so how do they cover the surfaces in gloop if it's frictionless? Even with enormous surface tension, which you probably would need to stick anywhere, to stay anywhere, it wouldn't stay. It would just float down to the floor. Maybe there's, I don't know. Anyway, we'll get to that when it gets to that. Someone filled my underwear drawers with gloop. I have theories. Yes, that would work. You could put it in unless it was like a superfluid, which I'm not sure if it is what happens to superfluids. Are they frictionless? I don't know if superfluids are frictionless. I'm not a quantum physicist. That's the one. Chastity used the gloop gun in our office paintball game yesterday. She said it was a mistake, quote unquote, but this is the third time she has made the same, quote, mistake, unquote, and she managed to cover the door panel in the stuff. Yeah, it's friction. It has friction, otherwise you wouldn't cover anything with it. Damn thing has been going haywire ever since. Do you know how hard it is to clean gloop? With a capital G. So it seems to me like this person also wants to name gloop as gloop. Chastity doesn't, because every time I pull out the latex and solvent, she remembers she's got actual work to do. From now on, I'm locking the damn gun up. Well, I guess it's Stickybitz. It's gonna be Stickybitz. I'm gonna unlock the compartment. To confirm that you are authorized Universal Defense Logistics Security Specialist, please answer the following questions. Number 1. You are attending a company meeting at HHC headquarters in Byzantium, and vile dissidents attack the building. What is your priority? Well, I could just override the whole thing, which I was very nearly about to do, but then I remembered I need to read this for the pleasure of the viewer, and I did. So I'm not overriding it anymore, because this sounds fun. Get to safety? No, that's not what we do. Evacuate the employees. Protect the chairman? Yes. Correct response registered. Proceeding with security check. Question number 2. You are perusing one of our many UDL personal security mega outlets and enjoying our fine selection of employee compliance equipment. When you are... lovely name. When you are approached by a stranger, he makes an offhanded comment. Is that how it is? I've been writing offhand comment, because I thought offhand is I thought it was an adjective and not a verb. And I can't see it being a verb, although I believe there are words that are not verbs that get the ed at the end as if they were indeed a verb. But I can't really think of one. I think it's because any noun can be made a verb in English. Like, you can apple it up, and you can say this sentence even though it doesn't make sense. Well, actually, it does if you're thinking about doing the way Apple does things. So you can apple it up. That works in English. It's grammatically correct, even if it may be nonsensical to many people, and to me as well at the first. But anyway, that's how in English works. I'm not sure. I don't say it like this. But what do I know? I'm just a Portuguese dude. Let's see. He makes an offhanded comment. That does feel nice to the mouth. I suppose. Maybe that's why it's written like that, even though it might be a mistake. That could be construed as an indirect insult to Chairman Rockwell. What do? I shout at him immediately. Engage with him further to assess his intent. Berate him relentlessly to defend the chairman's honor. No, I'm going to go with this one. Engage him further to assess his intent. I think I'm gonna fail. Incorrect response. Returning to root. Oh, we can just... Well, I guess we're berating him. Correct response registered. Question number 3. You and your spouse have a wealthy... No, you don't have that. A healthy, loving relationship. But one day you discover that they have been reading unsanctioned stories to your children. What do? Let's see. Destroy the stories. I suppose... That's one thing. And forbid your children from mentioning them again. Arrest your spouse and... that's the one. I love that. Arrest your spouse and admit your children to a re-education program. I don't even need to read the other one. Story complete. Use your prototype crowd suppression weapon, GL009, or use off, has been authorized. Reminder, indoor use of this weapon will result in any cleaning fees being deducted from your paycheck. Have a pleasant day. It's Stickybitz. Why can I not change? The game is forcing its agenda on me with this gloop nonsense. Stickybitz. The development of this weapon was halted when one of the scientists working on it was killed by marauders, and the remaining team realized that no one understood her portion of the work. How the, quote, gloop, unquote, is produced, how it counteracts gravity, and how it that's not what friction is, and how it creates and conducts electricity is unknown. That doesn't sound right. I don't want it to counteract gravity. Right. What? Okay. You see that? Yeah, that sticks. How is it frictionless? I realize what it might be. Like Teflon can be made to be frictionless, but it's cured. I'm not really sure what the after effects are here. It looks pretty powerful. I'll give you that, but apart from that, thank you. Apart from that, I think I'll stick to my normal weapons. But we have the Stickybitz. You tell me that's not better. That's just so much better, Stickybitz. Oh my god. I mean, it's I suppose it's the GIF and the GIF discussion here. Except in this case, we don't have the whole. What is this? Oh, look at that! We can see the prices again. How could we not before? I don't know. Break that. Yeah, sure. It's the whole GIF and GIF distinction. So if you don't know what that is all about, well, for one, oh, flamethrower. Maybe I didn't want that. For one, we're talking about the same thing. It's about the pronunciation of the acronym. Yeah, it's an acronym this time. Of the acronym GIF. And a lot of people, and as far as I can tell, the majority of people, like 75% of people, say GIF, including me. And I speak a language that. Oh, I need to. Yeah. I speak a language that never says G when a G comes... That's nice. A G comes before a vowel. Or rather, not before a vowel, before an I or an E, but yeah. So if, in Portuguese, if a G comes before an I, you always say J. J. G. That would be GIF. Well, actually, we don't say J. GIF. We say GIF. That's how we would say it in Portuguese. And I don't say that. I say GIF. Why do I say GIF? Actually, GIF would be the pronunciation that I gave it all my life. And don't give anymore. Because now when I say English words, I actually sound like a dork when I'm speaking Portuguese. Like the other day, I was talking to my friend about keyboards or whatever, and I was just talking with the Portuguese pronunciation of everything, right? Because I is pronounced E, always E, never or E. English is weird, right? And I said the word shift. And I said it like this, and I immediately realized, what the heck am I saying? Why are these sounds coming from my mouth? Because normally we say shift, which is a totally different word in English, but it's just how Portuguese people pronounce things that they don't know how to pronounce. That's how it works. At least I don't say apple, which is just the over-Englishization of a word that is absolutely not pronounced like that. But anyway, this terminal is only to be used by UDL personnel with A237 clearance. If you are reading this without A237 clearance, there's the bad things, except the penance or the incarceration will only last for 136 months, which is 11 months. Actually, a little bit more than 11 years, I should say. A little bit more than that. I don't know why it's random. Why is it random? What the heck is that? I don't know. Research data, what do we have? Project Lorem Ipsum. And if you don't know what Project Lorem Ipsum is, or actually what Lorem Ipsum is, look it up. It's a thing. I was rambling about something, and I think I stopped my rambling midway through. If you're interested in my rambling, please let me know in the comments, and I will continue in a future episode. Thank you. Shall result in a potent, mostly non-lethal crowd control gas for use against rioting, agitated, or excessively numerous crowds. Rich sulfur pockets make Monarch a prime site for testing and experimentation. Early results show promise, but further research is necessary. UDL disavows all knowledge of and responsibility for Lorem Ipsum. All data in this report is considered proprietary knowledge of UDL. It's an interesting thing, Lorem Ipsum is. Transfer files to external data. Did I need this for a quest? Maybe I did. Yeah, let's look at the messages here from to Valdez from Sanders. Just reporting in to let you know that the lab is all set up. We found a good sulfur pocket to drill into, so the data is coming in, but this place smells awful. The only local we have had to make contact with is the sublight boss in Fallbrook. She doesn't ask questions, but I'm pretty sure she's gouging us, and we're all getting sick of expired Stickybitz. I bet you would get literally sick. Sanders, Valdez replies, it's supposed to smell awful, that's the point. And I don't care what sublight is charging as long as it keeps your presence there quiet. If word gets out, we're going to spend the rest of our lives in corporate re-education seminars. I don't want to hear from you again until you have a working formula. Once we've got that, you and the rest of the lab rats can come to Byzantium and live on cacao ribs for all I care. Did I learn about what cacao ribs is? Actually, about the smell, I know I said it before, people would get used to it. I was just reading that and thinking of a whole completely different thing, which is often what I do a lot. If you're wondering why I can't retain a lot of information, that's what's happening. I am focusing on other things. I've only ever been to one place with sulfur mines, or sulfuric water anyway, sulfur wells. And the smell, you could smell the smell for sure if you were like really close. But what I noticed though is that like when we arrived and we're like 2 miles or 1 mile away or something like that, we could start to smell the sort of rotten egg smell to. I mean, it was more of a cooked egg smell to it. I wasn't very bothered, but I had a friend who was bothered, and she was like, this stinks. And I do not recall at all she complaining when we went right down to the wells and looked at the bubbling whatever water that is. It's not water, it's something. Sulfur, I don't know what that... It's a thing, it bubbles. And she didn't complain then, and I think she got used to it, but she could smell it as well as I could when we were right down in there. So from my personal experience, you would get used to it. And the same happens with sulfuric waters. I bathed in them in the sort of the hot springs or whatever those are called, and I couldn't smell anything. It's just meh. I bet they smell super gross, but you know, it's only if you have them in your room or something. And your room doesn't smell, hopefully, or doesn't smell of them anyway, and then you'd notice the smell. And if you open the bottle or something with the water inside, and come up with a better name for the project, something flashy and catchy, but that the rest of management will take seriously. Maybe Waterloo or Danger Burn. I don't actually know what that means. I know Waterloo was like wasn't that a CD, and it was like a whole thing in the US. And Danger Burn, I don't know what it is. I'm sick of my boss asking me why I'm forgetting to fill parts out of my report. Sure. Well, I guess that's because you don't like the name. Alternate project titles. Ooh, access restricted by user. If Valdez wants a better title, see how she likes these. She's going to be furious if she ever finds this list, and I'm not covering for you. Make sure these are good and hidden. Thunderdog, with that. Exmayum. Skunk Parade. Fuck you, Valdez. I want my raise. Well, I guess that's that. That wasn't a very productive list. I suspect they didn't get their raise. In fact, I suspect they died. I suspect all of them died. Maybe. Did we find bodies over here? Now that I'm talking about people dying. Okay, some ammo and whatnot. I was looking for bodies just now. Yeah, this place is relatively clean, so it might have been evacuated. No. It wasn't evacuated. They died. Yeah. The scientists that we heard last episode. They had been here all along? I don't know where they are, but the one that got shot because I killed the bandits. But I didn't connect the two because I wasn't expecting people to be living out here for all this time. Can I go back here? Yeah, I just didn't expect, because everything that we find has been abandoned for a little bit at least, and so yeah, basically I didn't expect that. But I think that was one of the scientists. Door status sealed, not anymore. Lovely. Why couldn't I? Oh, because the chastity, of course, the chastity. We also read about chastity in the in the computers. And I don't think we saw them. There's something up here, though. Nope, this is the other way. Okay. Take that. Can't go upstairs. Oh, it's something I miss. I like the jumping puzzles. Why did we have jumping puzzles in the first area? And a few of them, in fact. And then we dropped that. I don't know. It might be a result of different level designers. Or different level designing teams working on different areas. That's not necessary. I don't know that that's a good way to direct a project. That probably works well for a top-down game. But, like, you know, Pillars of Eternity or something like that. But not for a shooter. Level design is, like, super important. It's like the bread and butter.
I'd stake my reputation on this being an ambush.
We ought to see if anybody's still alive. They might be too weak to call for help.
I don't know what you're referring to. I heard something upstairs, but that's a different thing altogether. There's a lot of dead people here. A trail of blood leads away from the autoloader. Is this blood? I mean... Oh, I'm over encumbered. It's not a problem. Well, actually it is a bit of a problem. And the reason why it is we might not have a teleporter over here. I'll see about that in a little bit. There's an axe. Vortex maze. Mace? Not a maze. Some crap. There's a bunch of dead people. No clear way up. They might be confused about where we are. They might have thought that we were upstairs. Because this is clearly people that were on the bridge and the bridge fell. But for that to be here and have a description, I would say it isn't. Okay. So let's sort this by value and weight. That doesn't matter. That sneak and doesn't matter. What's our carry weight? Can I tell from here? Yes, we can. We only need 5. Okay. But stealth skills doesn't matter. What about this one? Bad. Tech skills. Nah. Probably am good already. They've got determination over here in this mask. Let's keep it. We got stealth skills over here. Yeah, just break it. Which means this. We're blown bridge. Fantastic. That's really good, actually. Because we can fast travel from anywhere. But we can't fast travel to anywhere. Ada?
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
Will do. I don't know that I can do that, though. Because I think you fooled me before about things like that. There we go. Need to go up there to Parvati. Let's first not repair. Oh, I need a selling machine. I forgot about that. Yeah, repair. Sorry. Repair. Repair all equipped. And repair that as well. It's E. Okay. Speaking of which, I probably will want to store my special weapons and whatnot in here. So... Ulti Nature. That sounds like a special weapon. Salvador's Helper. That probably isn't. How do I know it is or not? Yeah, this is a prototype. That's how I know. That one is definitely a special weapon. Over here, we have the hat. We have science, the goggles that I sort of can use, the hacking things. The rest of the stuff doesn't matter. Tech skills, inspiration, dodge. Yeah, all that is going to be sold. And then we have a bunch of these that I'm probably going to sell as well. Okay, we're good. Let's go to the engine room. See what Parvati is up to. And tell her to send Sam. That's a weird way of... That's a weird roundabout.
I don't know that you should be listening to those serials with Felix. They're gonna give you funny ideas about human-mechanical relationships that I explained. Come to see Sam? That was sweet of ya. Here, I was just leaving.
No. I came here to see you.
Miss Nyoka's so capable, you hardly notice how sad she looks.
I got that impression. I mean, yeah.
Dust accumulation analysis. 2.5 years.
That's reasonable. Good work, Sam.
Thank you. Customer, this area is utterly filthy.
Well, back to work. 2.5 years is nothing. I have areas in my house that have more dust accumulation than that. And I can go there. I mean, I'm not gonna eat things that fall on the floor, but... hi. What are you doing?
Something on your mind?
Yeah, I was actually gonna talk to Nyoka, but...
Good to see you, boss.
Yeah, Felix, I'll see you later. Where is she? Where does she sleep? No, but more importantly, where is she? There you are. Hey.
Hey, Cap.
So, how are you liking this place over here? Can't really tell her anything. Break my legs, though. That's always nice. Whee! Oh, look at that. That was great. Did I break anything? I did not. That's good. I think we learned that already. Okay, so I think there are... Transition, yeah. Nyoka and Parvati, sure. Let's bring that. I think Nyoka is really helpful in the battlefield, although Felix and Parvati seem like the best team to have around for the banter and whatnot. So we have machines.
You ever worry all that ammo in your berth might combust?
What? Wait, it can do that?
All it takes is a little bit of black powder next to a lot of bits of fertilizer and one real hot day, and I've seen it happen.
I don't know what's more unsettling. The concept of my ammunition spontaneously combusting, or the fact that this is the kind of thing you think about on the regular.
Well, she's an engineer. She knows this stuff. This is what I needed. And so I'll sell a lot of things. But I will sell them off camera because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been The Outer Worlds. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.